made by demonic spirits, and we are forbidden to have intercourse with them.
In other words, you're talking about people communicating with spirits. Like, for instance, Shirley MacLaine, Gretchen brought out, her friend has a spirit guide, or spirit, what do you call the term, Gretchen?
He's a trans-channeler.
Oh, trans-channeler.
Precisely.
That's occultism.
That falls in the category of 2 Corinthians 11, verses 3 and 4 and 13 through 15, where Apostle Paul talks about an angel of light. Satan masquerades as an angel of light, and then he says, it's no wonder those ministers do the same thing. So they come to you and say, hey, I've got this secret knowledge or wisdom or doctrines, and nobody has this but me, and you're going to be somebody special if you know this. And inevitably, it's you are God, or you're going to be like God, or something of that nature, immortality. And so people who are spiritually naive and undiscerning swallow it up.
Okay, let's get a little bit more on our definition here. Give us the difference then, distinctions between Satanism and witchcraft and the occult. What are the differences in this?
And you have to do it in 95 seconds
95
because we have a
seconds.
break coming.
95 seconds. Okay, there's a
Don't talk that.
There's a 95-second run for the money. First of all, occultism is the general category. It is the category under which Satanism and witchcraft fall. They are underneath it. Occultism is the general phylum. I'm not sure what the term is, but it's overall. Satanism and witchcraft are not the same. They are both involved in occultism, but they are categorically not the same. The Satanists specifically believe, invoke, and cognitively believe in Satan, the devil. Now, they don't necessarily believe in a literal devil like Orthodox Christians do. There's three definitions they may hold to what that means. As opposed to witchcraft. Witchcraft, most witches do not believe in a literal devil. A lot of them don't even believe in the supernatural. They believe what they call, though, the mother goddess, the triple goddess, mother, maiden, crone, and her male consort, the horn goddess.
This person actually exists?
Not necessarily. It could just be an quote-unquote archetype, and it's just really a reflection of the subconscious mind being cast outward, so to speak, where you can almost even talk to it and deal with it. It's similar to what's called a dislocated or dissociated personality state in psychology or psychiatry, where a person can actually talk to this. Now, of course, it's not real strict psychology.
So you're saying that some witchcraft people then don't believe in the supernatural. What they do basically is believe that this power is coming from within their own self or within the universe.
Or from nature or something.
They redefine it precisely.
They're nature worshippers in some sense.
Some are, yes. They redefine it.
Okay, well, we'll talk a little bit more about this as soon as we come back from our break and hear from our sponsors.
Get to know God better with free teaching tapes from First Baptist Church of Westminster. For example, Christians face a choice. They can try on their own to help God accomplish His promises, or trust God and believe that what He promises He can accomplish.
You're on the air. Do you have a question?
I can't hear you very well.
Can you hear better now?
No.
No?
You're not having a good connection like before.
How about now?
Do you hear any better?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you ask your question since you've been waiting for a long time?
Right.
And then hang up.
I have been waiting, and so anxiously. You've got to stick with me, honey Gretchen, on this, because I have been very upset and trying to do a lot of research. And when I heard you were on from this Christian Institute, I thought, oh boy, this is really going to be great.
Okay,
now, my concern, mostly these talk shows with Jon Stewart, you'll hear people calling about Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons in particular, always those two subjects, or two religions, or whatever, and occasionally Seventh-day Adventists, and that's it, point blank. Now, I want to go further than that, more the basics. How did, please pay attention, did the Mason Fraternal Organization get started since it is 1,000 years old, according to Dr. Walter Martin?
Okay, is that your basic question?
Well, don't hang up, because I want to lead on to it a minute. I want to hear what you have to say.
I'll tell you what, if you're having a bad connection...
No, I'm hearing you okay.
You can hear okay now.
Yes.
All right. The Masons probably started during the Middle Ages as simple trade and guild unions with some secret ceremonies and activities to preserve the purity of the guild. It was more of an occupational safeguard than it was a religious impacting organization. But then at the beginning of the Renaissance, it took on more of the religious perspective, and at one time was almost a parody of established Christianity. During the so-called Age of Enlightenment, when it became fashionable to make fun of Christianity, Masonry began to adopt a much more religious language, practice, and activities in almost a parody of Christianity. Does that help you?
Okay, now here's the point. That, now, I can't believe we're in 1987, and that thing is so strong. It bugs me. See, I just came to my attention about a little less than 3 months ago. And in all the churches, this is what kills me, is that Masons exist. Now, my understanding, according to Christian Institute, is that when they get to the 32nd degree, they must deny the existence of Jesus Christ. You don't dispute this, right?
I don't dispute that the actual documents in Masonry say that, and that one goes through ceremonies that, if believed and held to, would imply that. But most Masons, just hang on a second, most Masons that I have talked to see it as more of a fraternal organization of a bunch of guys getting together, having fun, and helping people who are less fortunate, and they do not take the ceremonies seriously. My biggest contention with practicing American Masons today is that they do things frivolously that should be considered seriously, and if they were considered seriously, they would find out that they are actually anti-Christian.
Now, do you basically you're not talking about like conspiracy theories about Masons?
Well, here's the point. Now,
I don't know what your real question is.
Okay, well, I'm trying to lead up to something. We try to...
We have a lot of calls, so we need to get a question, okay?
Okay, well, here's the point. 80% of the Mormon religion, since it's only 200 years old, is taken from the Masonic organization.
A lot of their practices, yes.
Yes.
But their doctrines are not, necessarily.
And yet, when the Masons die, they wear this little apron. I don't know, I guess they think that's going to get them to heaven. The same as in the Mormon practice, they wear this little apron, too. And one of the rituals in the
Mormons do is because they stole it from the Masons, those rituals.
But one of the rituals is that if they betray up in the higher part of the Mormons, I understand they get their throats slit, according to the Seduction of Christianity by Dave Hunt. Well, it also is in the Masons. But you see, they make it look like that it's non-religious. They make it look though they're doing a lot of wonderful work, but underneath it all, they're supposed to get each other's jobs. And I've talked to a lot of people in the last 2 months about this, who their father was in it, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I've been finding some horrifying things, like, for example, George Washington was a Mason, the signers of the Declaration of Independence, Truman, Jerry Ford, I understand Reagan is, except for the Kennedys, of course, they were murdered. So am I to understand that if anybody wanted to be president of the United States, they'd have to be a Mason?
No, you're saying that every president is a Mason?
No, that's not, you don't have to be a Mason to be president.
I'm saying because they stick together, and because the money element there's a lot of money apparently into this, and the Shriners, too, you have to be a Mason first to be a Shriner. And I think that all of our problems, from what I can see, and from when I started to ask questions, I didn't realize I was asking a serious question to some people, and they won't let me off the hook. And they will bring the subject up to me about the Masons, and I try to shy away from it and say, oh, don't pay any attention, I didn't mean anything by it. But now I'm kind of scared, to be honest with you. And one girl told me her cousin, her uncle, tried to get out of the organization, and he feared for his life. And this is back in Missouri.
Yeah, okay, well, let me say this. I can see where you're coming from and why it disturbs you so much. And I don't want to discount that or to say that it's not important or it's not real. It is very real. But there are thousands of threats to Christian faith and Christian truth in the world today. There are probably more today than there ever have been throughout history. Because you are involved in it at this moment, Masonry is the big threat, the big conspiracy to you. Right. We witness to people who are Jehovah's Witnesses, and then they come to the Lord, and no, it's the Jehovah's Witnesses that are the big threat. And we witness that, but we're in witchcraft. Well, hang on just a second, okay? Oh. And we witness to somebody who's in witchcraft, and they come to Christ, and no, it's witchcraft that's going to take over the world. Now, the Bible does tell us that there will be many antichrists. Even there are many antichrists in the world. Each one of these things is an antichrist philosophy, an antichrist force that must be reckoned against, spoken against, preached against, prayed against, and talked against.
As far as the conspiracy
needs to be done.
A global conspiracy You can have Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission. You can have the witches, conspiracies. We'll talk about that with Craig a little bit. The witch conspiracy. You can have neo-pagan conspiracies. You can have just the banker conspiracy. There's all these different conspiracy theories that have gone on for years and years, and they can't be proven basically because what they do is a lot of guilt by association or taking some data and building a case on it that's not necessarily what the historical facts are, but they build little things and they make innuendos. And
here's the thing that I suspect behind it. Now, Gretchen, you see it's a fraternal organization, yet they had a Bible at a meeting that I happened to witness, and I asked the man what kind of a Bible it was. He said it was the King James Version Bible. Now, you know darn well the Jews don't believe in Christ, and yet they say we welcome all religions. So the Bible was just a prop there. They had the three candles, and they blindfold the people, and they say that stands for the sun, the moon, and they tell you point blank the worshipful master. He wears this black hat. There are some Masons out there probably never think.
Some Masons are Christian-oriented, some are Jewish-oriented, and in their background. So there's an important thing there.
That's right. But the thing that bothers me, I asked our own minister, and he told me that he knows some Baptist ministers who are Masons. And I thought to myself, when I got this verse from Walter Martin, it says they must, when they get up to higher up, deny the existence of Christ. And this is what's bothering me about churches. So now I asked the ministers point blank of different churches, whether it's Methodist, Presbyterian, if they belong to the National Council of Churches, or are they a Mason? And a lot of them say, yes, I am a Mason. So if that is true, and we're going to church to worship God, we are being denied the true feeling of worship. How can you when there's that impediment?
Okay, what's
in that minister?
Okay, well, the point is then you're making is that Masons
are stronger than the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Mormons or anything else. I think that's the underlying secrecy of a lot of troubles.
I understand your conviction and where you're coming from, and especially your emotional involvement in it over the last 3 months.
Right.
But I just don't agree with you. I don't think that the evidence is there. My husband and I have spent over 15 years in this field. Walter Martin has spent over 30 years in it. And there are other movements that are stronger. Now, I want to repeat that.
They say that we have a non-thing that they are helping schools, they are helping this, they're helping that. If they're helping schools, why can't they stop the drugs in the schools? Why can't they stop the kids from getting pregnant? Huh?
Well, obviously the Masons don't really have the truth of the gospel, and that's the only thing that will really transform people. I appreciate your calling, and we're going to have to get to some other calls now.
Because on to the last part you said, they don't have the truth of the gospel. I just got to tell you that in the churches there are people who are Masons. They wear the ring and they wear that special pin, and it's the ministers themselves who are Masons and a minister. Now, how can that be?
Gretchen explained that there are people who don't take all the rituals seriously. Oh, yes. Therefore, no, there are people who are in Masons who don't buy into all the things, and it's more of a social gathering or a social thing. There might be people and there are people that take it more seriously. The problem with Masons is you can't. The problem with the subject of this particular thing is that you can't put everybody into it and say everybody does the same thing in it, because people are in it in different levels and different commitments, and depending on which group they're in, which temple they go to, and so forth and so on. It's a very complicated issue to put into one little category and say they're all satanic and it's a conspiracy to take over the world.
But aren't they like the Mormons?
Ma'am, I'm really sorry, but we are going to have to take another call because we have them all backed up and we have a long show today. But call again next week, okay? Okay, thanks for calling. This is Gretchen Passantino with my husband.